Joe Hopkins here, and I'm talking about a subject today that may get me demonetized. So I'm just gonna say, like and subscribe. Do me some kind of favor here. All right, but I got to talk about it because I just heard about this. And yeah, hams, the breakfast of champions. All right. So, do you guys know the name John Hinckley Jr.? You might not if you're on the younger side, right? Because, I mean, how would you know? How would you remember, right? In 1981, that's a long time ago, John Hinckley Jr. shot President Reagan. And he shot Reagan's bodyguard or one of the Secret Service officers, I believe, and like two other people. He shot a bunch of people. He was trying to shoot Reagan, right? And he has an album on Spotify. That's why I'm talking about it, because, you know, this is a music guitar channel. Apparently he's a singer, songwriter, guitarist. It's weird, right? So why did he shoot President Reagan? He wanted to impress Jodie Foster, the actress, because look it up. A lot of young people out there, you probably don't know who that is. You know, he was found not guilty by reason of insanity, and he spent 34 years in a mental facility, like a mental health hospital. I don't know what they call it now. It's the wacky bin, right? 34 years in the wacky bin. He was trying to impress Jodie Foster. How she would be impressed by him, like, shooting the president, I don't know, right? It goes over my head. Didn't she turn out to be a lesbian anyway? I mean, that's kind of barking up the wrong tree, dude. So, just saying. Anyway, so this guy spends 34 years in a mental health facility. And then, you know, he turns out he's a musician. He's a singer-songwriter. He has a YouTube channel. He dropped the junior. It's just John Hinckley now, apparently. So I checked out this guy's YouTube channel because when you learn about something like this, the question comes to your mind, is it any good? And, I checked it out. His songwriting is okay. His performance is really wooden and not that great. And I mean, he's singing in key, I guess. I watched a couple of his original songs and him doing Mr. Tambourine Man, you know, the Bob Dylan song. Apparently he likes Bob Dylan a lot. He thinks he's a folk singer. So anyway, as somebody that has been a gigging musician and folk singer, me, you know, I've toured around doing folk music before. Yeah, it's not that good, right? What I find kind of disturbing, but understandable, is the guy he's been putting out music on YouTube for like a year. 1 year. Has 27,000 subscribers, or just shy of that. I think when I looked, it was like 26.9 thousand. So that's all name recognition. Because after watching his stuff, it's just on name recognition. It's not that good. It's not good enough to get that far in a year, right? No way. So I'm just saying. The weird thing is he has a gig. Right? From when this video comes out, it'll be a month. His gig is in July of 2022, right? That's July of this year, July 8th, I think, in Brooklyn, New York. If you're watching this in the future, yes, 2022. Look back at the days of COVID or something. Anyway, he has a gig coming up, which is kind of weird, you know? It's just kind of strange that the dude that tried to assassinate the president has a gig playing folk music, that's just weird to me. Anyway, it shouldn't be that weird. Honestly, I know Arthur Bremer. You know, if anybody recognizes that name. You remember George Wallace? He was the governor of, I don't know, one of the Carolinas, I think, something like that, something down south. Big segregationist. Ran for president in 1972, right? It was at a campaign stop in 1972. Arthur Bremer traveled to Maryland, shot him, right? He wanted to shoot the president, but realized he couldn't get close to the president. So he decided to shoot George Wallace. Put him in a wheelchair, right? Put Wallace in a wheelchair for the rest of his life. Anyway, Arthur Bremer, he lives in Cumberland, Maryland now. He got out. He served time at MCIH in Hagerstown. Did like a pile of time. I don't even know how much, but he got out like, I don't know, 6-7 years ago and is living in Cumberland, Maryland. Like, I live in West Virginia. He's right across the river is Cumberland, and that's where he lives. So, you know, I've met the guy. So anyway, but he's not a folk singer, right? So, I mean, people talk about, oh, John Hinckley Jr., right? Yeah, it's not the weirdest guy I've ever met. Anyway, so the dude has a gig in July in Brooklyn, New York. That just blows my mind. And his music isn't that good. Shame on you people. Shame on you for subscribing to his channel just because he shot a president once. His music isn't that good. You know, and I'm not saying my music is the greatest, but I'm a little offended. All right, 27,000 subscribers in 1 year because, why? Because you're John Hinckley. That's it. That's the only reason. People are like, oh, he tried to shoot the president. That's interesting. Whatever, right? What pisses me off, this guy, you know, he still writes to Jodie Foster. That's crazy. You read any book about stalking, and yes, I've read some books about stalking. Okay, I'm not trying to learn how to be a stalker. Okay, I know this stuff because my wife's a writer, and she writes about things, and I do the research, so I know about stalking because she wrote about stalking. So anyway, I know that, like, he is a case study in stalking. But hey, go to his gig next month, I guess. What the hell? I mean, you know, how much bad could happen, really? You know? He at least has a bit more moxie than Arthur Bremer. That dude, yeah, he wanted to shoot the president and gave up. He's like, man, I'm going to shoot the upcoming candidate instead. It's easier, right? At least John Hinckley had some oomph to him, right? He's like, no, I'm going after the president so I could impress an actress. I'm sorry. And now he's a folk singer. Okay. Now, I shouldn't make fun of the guy. I mean, what the hell, man? The music business is rough. Name recognition. Okay, you got somewhere on name recognition. I don't sneeze at that, right? If I could get somewhere on my name recognition, I would. But nobody recognizes my name. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you guys. If you're anywhere near New York City and you want to see a guy that shot a president playing folk music, July 8th in Brooklyn, New York. There you go. And, oh, wow. That's tasty. If you want to subscribe to my channel, there's a button right down there. And there's some bell. I don't know what the hell it does, but apparently it's good if you click it. And in a sec here, there's going to be some links to playlists and shit. And check them out. And, you know, cheers, baby. I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys. Peace out, man. Bye-bye. Ah.